In 2025, the Philippines is stepping into a new era of defense transformation, and the developments taking place under the banner of jets, missiles, and overall military power are becoming one of the most talked about topics not just in Asia, but across the world. The global security environment is changing rapidly, and every nation is striving to secure its sovereignty, strengthen its defense posture, and modernize its military assets. For the Philippines, which has historically relied heavily on allies for external defense, 2025 marks a significant shift towards self-reliance, modernization, and a more assertive role in the Indo-Pacific region. The term, alerto, jets, missiles and military power 2025, perfectly symbolizes this evolution because it reflects how the country is investing in advanced fighter jets, strengthening its missile defense capabilities, and enhancing its overall military power to protect its maritime domain, territorial integrity, and national interests. The modernization of the Philippine Air Force has been one of the biggest highlights of this journey. New generation fighter jets are being introduced to ensure that the country has credible air defense and strike capabilities. For decades, the Philippines struggled with outdated aircraft, relying mostly on trainer planes and second-hand platforms that were limited in both range and firepower. However, in 2025, we are witnessing a wave of acquisitions and upgrades. Discussions around multi-role fighters such as the JAS-39 Gripen and even other modern platforms highlight that the Philippines is no longer content with a minimal defense force. Instead, the vision is to build an air force capable of defending national airspace, responding to regional threats, and integrating with allies for combined security operations. These new jets are equipped with advanced radar, beyond visual range missiles, precision-guided bombs, and cutting-edge avionics, turning the Philippine Air Force into a force that can no longer be underestimated. Equally important is the role of missile systems in redefining Philippine military power. For a long time, the Philippines lacked credible missile capabilities, making it vulnerable in a rapidly evolving strategic environment where neighbors already had sophisticated missile arsenals. By 2025, this is changing. The introduction of surface-to-air missiles, coastal defense missile systems, and air-launched precision missiles is transforming the way the Philippines can defend its waters and skies. Systems like the BrahMos Supersonic cruise missile, which the country has recently been finalizing, are game changers. With their long range and high speed, these missiles provide a powerful deterrent against hostile naval forces, giving the Philippines the ability to secure the West Philippine Sea and respond swiftly to any aggression. Missile technology not only boosts defense but also signals to the world that the Philippines is serious about protecting its sovereignty. Maritime security is another critical pillar of the defense strategy in 2025. The Philippine Navy has been steadily modernizing, commissioning new frigates, corvettes, and offshore patrol vessels to strengthen its presence in contested waters. The West Philippine Sea, which has long been the center of territorial disputes, requires constant vigilance, and with new ships, radars, and surveillance systems, the Philippines is now better equipped to monitor and defend its maritime territory. Alongside naval modernization, drones and unmanned systems are being integrated to extend surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities, providing real-time intelligence and improving situational awareness. These investments allow the armed forces to detect threats early and respond more effectively. Another aspect of this growing military power is the emphasis on joint operations and interoperability with allied forces. The Philippines has been strengthening its defense ties with the United States, Japan, Australia, and other partners in the Indo-Pacific. Through joint exercises, technology transfers, and military assistance, the Philippines is not only improving its defense capabilities but also ensuring that its armed forces can operate seamlessly alongside modern militaries. This is especially vital in times of regional tension, as a united front enhances deterrence and stability. Training, logistics, and infrastructure upgrades are all part of this transformation, ensuring that the Philippine armed forces are not only well-equipped but also well-prepared. The year 2025 also highlights the importance of indigenous innovation and local defense industries. The Philippines is investing in research, local manufacturing, and partnerships with global defense companies to ensure sustainability and modernization. This includes producing ammunition, upgrading armored vehicles, and potentially developing drones and missile components locally. By building a stronger local defense industry, the Philippines reduces its dependency on external suppliers and creates jobs and technological advancement within its own borders. This domestic push is an often overlooked but essential element of true military modernization. On the ground level, the Philippine Army is also undergoing transformation. Modern artillery, armored vehicles, and advanced communication systems are being introduced to ensure that ground forces can operate effectively in both conventional and unconventional scenarios. Combined with air support from new fighter jets and missile systems, the Philippine Army is becoming part of a more integrated and modern joint force. These changes mean that the armed forces are no longer operating in isolation but are developing into a coordinated system where air, land, and sea assets complement each other. Cybersecurity and electronic warfare are also receiving greater attention in 2025. In a world where conflicts are no longer confined to traditional battlefields, the Philippines is investing in digital defense to protect critical infrastructure, government systems, and military networks from cyberattacks. Alongside physical defense assets, this ensures that the country can resist not only conventional threats but also the emerging dangers of cyber warfare. This holistic approach to defense reflects the maturity of Philippine security thinking in 2025. The phrase, alerto, carries an important meaning here. It symbolizes readiness, vigilance, and the determination of the Philippines to remain alert against all forms of threats. It reflects the spirit of a nation that understands the challenges of its geography, the complexities of regional politics, and the need to remain resilient in the face of evolving security landscapes. The jets, missiles, and overall military power are not symbols of aggression but rather symbols of protection. Protection for the Filipino people, the nation's freedom, and its rightful place in the international community. Critics may argue that modernization is expensive and that resources could be used elsewhere, but the reality is that national security is the foundation upon which all other aspects of development are built. Without secure borders, safe maritime routes, and a credible deterrent against aggression, economic growth and national stability cannot be sustained. By investing in defense in 2025, the Philippines is not only protecting itself but also ensuring that future generations inherit a safer, stronger, and more independent nation. Looking ahead, the developments of 2025 are just the beginning. The momentum being built through acquisitions, training, and alliances sets the stage for a decade of continuous growth in Philippine defense. The next few years will likely see even more advanced technologies, from hypersonic missiles to stealth drones, and the Philippines is positioning itself to adapt and benefit from these innovations. With determination, strategic planning, and strong partnerships, the country is on track to become a significant defense power in Southeast Asia. In conclusion, alerto, Jets, Missiles and Military Power 2025 Full Philippine Defense Update is not just a title, it is a reflection of a national journey towards readiness, strength, and resilience. It tells the story of a nation that is no longer content with outdated capabilities but is instead embracing the future with modern jets, advanced missile systems, strong maritime security, and a comprehensive defense strategy. It represents hope, strength, and the unyielding spirit of the Filipino people to protect their land, their seas, and their sovereignty in an increasingly complex world.